My name is Luqman Edu. I am CEO and co-founder of Itana. At Itana, we're building the ideal online jurisdiction for global businesses to be able to incorporate, bank, get access to government services, and get access to business services to operate ideally in Africa. This jurisdiction is designed specifically for companies that can work remotely and scale their business into Africa and go, obviously, Pan-Africa, starting from Nigeria. These are tech startup companies, service-oriented companies, setting up an offshore business from Nigeria, opening up international bank accounts, doing your tax audits, getting tax incentives, doing your visas, and things like that, right? So the full one-stop shop package of allowing businesses to operate remotely in Nigeria. And then what we're doing with CCI is that we're then setting up this separate initiative to be able to separate the operatorship, which is Itana, from the advocacy for all the regulations and laws that we want passed in Nigeria to make sure this works. We are a digital-free zone, but we also need to realize the challenges of doing business in Africa. For companies from Africa to be able to compete globally and compete with global companies, they need to have matching infrastructure. Africa is a handicap to do operatorship. So as businesses set up remotely, digital, as they start to scale and start to have more people working for them, they still need infrastructure. So the infrastructure is almost like a complement to make sure that the businesses that do start up from Nigeria can still compete globally. So the challenge that we face in Itana is we are building this from scratch, as I said, right? So we're having to get the ideal policies passed. So there's a lot of partnership and engagement with the government, but we're also investing in some of the back-end infrastructure, digitalizing some of the government agencies just to be able to enable Itana to work. But luckily enough for us, we're all bulldozing through that. And then obviously then the cool stuff starts. And we can then become a tech company, right? Rather than a lobbyist, which is more of what we are right now. I think that there needs to be more collaboration between governments and private sector, right? Where each of them should understand their roles they need to play to be able to enable this economy. What Itana is doing, right, is that it's unlocking and is making it more easy for FDI money to come into Africa and invest in these things, so their money feels safer. So I think that investment in talent, money, and the right regulations are definitely a good way to start this, because we do have the talent, right? We have a young population. We just need create an enabling environment, right? And I think that we can leave it to them to do the rest. It was really interesting seeing what other countries were looking to do. Rwanda was the perfect place to do this. They're obviously known to be very innovative. So that was actually the best part of my time here, learning what Rwanda was doing and then getting cheat notes of what I could take back to Nigeria and work on what we're trying to do over there. So I had a lot of fun listening to the guys from the IFC, Kigali International Finance Center. I really enjoyed listening to some of the stuff they're doing there. I was just saying this, right? I can't live anywhere else but Lagos or Abuja, right? So I'm a homegrown, love my home person. And I said that I lived in England, I schooled in England, and the best thing I ever did was coming back to Africa, because there isn't anything that is not possible to achieve here. People see problem, but then there are really opportunities for us entrepreneurs to come and make a difference. So yeah, it has to be Lagos or Abuja.